Okay, here we go. So today is December 14th. It's the last opener you guys will do this school year. Or not this school year, this year, this semester. Yeah, let me correct that. The last one of 2017. All right, so enjoy. Okay, so the first one here, you guys identified earlier that it's going to be a multi-step equation. So in order to solve a multi-step equation, I can't just pick any random number and start getting rid of them. I have to follow a specific plan or specific steps. So what do I follow in order to determine which number to get rid of first? I do that, but how do you know that?
You said you do.
I did say do.
Because that's a division.
But what are you doing? How do you know where to start? Yeah, we're trying to get the variable by itself, but how do I know what to do first? You guys are all saying it. You guys know what to do, but how did you know that? What are you using besides your brain, obviously, but what math mnemonic device are you using to help you? PEMDAS, but it's... There we go. That's what I'm looking for. PEMDAS backwards, which is SADMAP. Now, why wouldn't I just start with... Because the S stands for subtraction. Why wouldn't I just start with the top? Yeah, I'm going to put parentheses around that. Anytime I have a group of numbers on the top, I'm going to assume that it's in parentheses. So parentheses I do last. So you guys were right in saying then I would get rid of the 2 first. The opposite of divide is multiply. If I multiply 2 on one side, I multiply by 2 on the other side. So I'm going to get 14. And then on my left side, what can I bring down?
3a.
Okay. Now, what do I get rid of?
The plus negative 1.
Which would be a...
Plus.
Okay. Left side?
15.
3a
My bad.
equals?
15 and divide by 3. Divide by 3. A equals 5.
How many of you guys got that one right?
Yeah. You want me to tell you how I did?
How did you do it?
Okay, I had.
Okay, let's take a look at the next one here. So this next one is solving equations with what? A square. So in your notes, flip to solving equations with a square. Now, because I'm solving an equation with a square, what do I need to do to this? I cannot distribute. Box it. I cannot distribute when I'm solving with a square or a square root. Okay? Why do I box this? Why do I put a box around the square?
Because it got that square.
Okay.
Ain't you trying to get rid of the 2?
Yeah, I need to get rid of not only the 2, but the... What else do I have to get rid of besides the 2? The 3. So which one am I going to get rid of first?
The 3.
The plus 2. Because again, you're going to do PEMDAS backwards, which would be SADMAP. So we get rid of that plus 2 first by subtracting 2. So then I bring down everything besides the 2. And what's 77 minus 2?
75.
Okay, now what do I get rid of? Divide by 3. So again, I bring down everything besides the 3 now. And what's 75 divided by 3?
It's 25.
Now it's my square by itself. Okay, so now I'm ready to move on to the next step. So the next step, I'm supposed to get the square by itself. So how do I get the square by itself? Square root it. If I square root one side, I... Okay, so on my left side, what do I bring down? And on my right side, what's the square root of 25? 5. And then our last step, solve as usual.
Minus
5 minus 2. And now what?
3. Divide by 3.
There it is. Use your notes on the exam. Use your steps. I like to look at my example problems, but I also like to look at my steps to make sure that I'm doing everything in the correct order. Okay. Let's take a look at the next one. So, you guys identified this as solving equations with variables in multiple locations, part 2. Now, I know this looks really long and it looks really overwhelming, but if you follow all your necessary steps, you'll do just fine. So, I'm going to circle all my variables here and draw my line of equality. Now, when I simplify equations, what's the very first thing I have to see if I can do? And can I on my left side? Okay, so I'm going to take 2 times c and get... Then I'm going to take 2 times what? Which is? And then I bring down mine. Okay. So now I go to my right side. Can I distribute on my right side?
Yes.
How many times? Twice. Now, this first 2 here, I don't do anything with it. So I'm going to bring that down so I don't forget about it. Then what am I going to distribute with here? Good. Negative 2 times c. Negative 2c. Then negative 2 times positive 4. Negative 8. Then what do I do? What do I do with that? I distribute it again. So a positive 3 times 2c. So a positive 6c. Then a positive 3 times negative 5. Negative 15. Okay. So it's already looking a little shorter. Not as long. So now we go back to the left side. What do I do now? What are my like terms? Good. So what's negative 10 minus 1? And then I'm going to bring that 2c on down. Then what do I do with my right side? Okay. So what are my like terms here? Whoa, no. Negative 2c and which equals? Positive 4. For what? Okay. And what are my other like terms here? So we have 3. So what's 2 minus 8?
Negative 5. Wait, no.
Negative 6. Then negative 6 minus 15. Negative 21. Okay, distributed, combine like terms. Now what do I need to do? Why?
Because he's a chump.
No. Why do I? Yeah, I want to get the variables on the same side. So what's my little guy? 2c or 4c? So how do I get rid of that 2c? So I'm going to subtract 2c. That c has to go with it. So on my left side, I have and on my right side, no, what's 4 minus 2?
2c.
Now what? Solve as usual. So I want to get the variable by itself. Add 21. So negative 11 plus 21
10.
equals,
2c. Divide by 2.
oops, shoot.
You get 5 equals
Then box your answer. Good.
I don't know. For math, when I take classes, it's easy for me.
Good. Good.
Other classes,
I'm not a great test taker, so finals are always hard for me. All right, we have it down. Let's take a look at the last one then. What kind of equation is this?
No. It's
No.
a square equation.
No.
No? Hold up. Wait.
square root.
Square root. So what do I do with my square root?
Like that.
You put it on the done.
What do I put around it?
The square root.
The box.
Oh,
Now, this particular one is pretty basic because there's only the square root. There's nothing outside that box. So I don't need to worry about getting rid of anything on the outside of that box. So I can go ahead and skip from step 1 to step 2, which says get rid of the square root. So how do I get rid of the square root? Square it. If I square one side, I must. So square and square root cancel. So I can bring down D. And what's 9 squared? And if you say 18, I'm going to make you do 250 push-ups.
It's 81.
It's 81. Good. And that's your final answer. 250. Not just 10, 250. All
I
right.
did 100. I did
Any questions?
100 before.
No, you did not.
Yes, I did.